We interrupt this program to bring you an important Wayfair message. Wayfair's got style tips for every home. This is Nicole Byer, helping you make those rooms flyer. Today's style tip: when it comes to making a statement, treat bold patterns like neutrals. Go wild! Like an untamed animal print area rug under a rustic farmhouse table from Wayfair.com. Ooh, fierce! This has been your Wayfair style tip to keep those interiors superior.
Wayfair, every style, every home.
We interrupt this program to bring you an important Wayfair message. Wayfair's got style tips for every home. This is Styles McKenzie helping you make those rooms sing. Today's style tip: when it comes to making a statement, treat bold patterns like neutrals. Go wild, like an untamed animal print area rug under a rustic farmhouse table from Wayfair.com. Arr, fierce. This has been your Wayfair style tip to keep those interiors superior.
Wayfair, every style, every home.
You're listening to the Who is Christine Anyway podcast, season 2. Enjoy.
Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Who is Christine Anyway. I am here with Michael Crain. You have so many projects. I can't even name like one. Like, do you want to pick a favorite? Like we can say you're that. You're like a super group.
Yeah, dead cost, but these days it's mainly just cunts or CNTS. That's the optimal one.
I love that project. It's a fun one. When I start telling people that I'm like into that project, they kind of get confused, and I'm like, no. You have to go back to like my roots and beginnings. So it's kind of one of those things where that's kind of what I like about your story. And the interesting part about it is it actually kind of like crisscrosses into mine to a degree. So I looked at all the labels you've worked with and everything else. And I saw, Epitaph was on there and several others. And I remember like the first comps I ever got were the Give 'Em the Boot series.
Which ones were those?
There was a red one, a blue one, a white one, and I think another one. And it was like my first real introduction into like the more punk rock. It had like the Distillers on it and several of those other type. Back when, comps were like super, wow, I'm dating myself here.
It's okay.
You know what I mean? It's okay. You're so therapeutic. You're like, it's okay. Just let it out. Let it out. So it was interesting to kind of like see a lot of those things kind of cross through. A lot of your influences kind of shocked me a little bit though. Not like shocked, like, but like, no way. Like you first went into like Kiss was your first real push into that. Yeah.
Yeah, which I think is common for people my age. I'm 50. So when in the mid to late 70s, it was mostly just the imagery. Any kid was into Kiss. It just looked really demonic and cool. But as far as musically, I mean, there's only a handful of Kiss songs that I could tell you how they go or that I really like. You know what I mean? So for Kiss, it was really just the imagery.
It was the branding too. Like if you think about it, it was realistically, if you're looking at like the history of music, I think Kiss was probably one of the first bands to really kind of show an alternate side of using your perceptive looks, your music. You don't have to, I don't say you don't have to have a ton of talent, but you do see a lot more these days where branding will play a bigger part than the music itself per se.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
People come dressed as a certain thing. Like people are buying into the brand of like, oh my God, I feel the tattoos up the here, the there, the this, or the, the image of, a girl that's whatever versus the quality, it's just a different time to be alive, I think. But I really think that was really the first exposure the world had to imagery and music meeting together in a branding sense.
Yeah.
I mean, Johnny Cash originated it with the Man in Black. I'm not going to, take away from that.
Yeah. I mean, I'm sure there was a lot of slick marketing way back. But Kiss was, that was my first at my age.
Yeah, Kiss was really kind of the rock, the real true rock version of that. And So how old were you when you got into the after school special band? Like that had to have been
You
the first one.
That, let me think.
You're not that.
Yeah, that was like 1994. But I had jammed with people before then.
Right.
You know, I had been playing guitar and jamming with drummers and jamming with my dad even.
Yeah,
My dad played drums. Mm-hmm. But no, that was like our first like, oh, we got songs. Let's go play a gig. That was, yeah.
What did you like predominantly feel inspired to write by then? Like, what was your thing?
Nothing. I mean, at that age, when it's your first real, when it's your first time really trying to express your creativity, at least for me, that you sound like your influences. It's just, it's a band of everyone trying to sound like their influences, like their favorite bands. It just sounds like shit. Yeah, there's no direction. You don't have you don't have a voice. You're not supposed to.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's, yep.
I think starting, like when I started at 14, the bands that were in the scene at the time, up here where I am, having that little venue. And the bands came in and they were actually like, but then again, it was like the drive-through era. So everything was very catchy, sing-songy. I don't want to say it doesn't take much to write those type of songs, but it doesn't take much to write those songs.
Cool.
Like the drive-through records era. All of those.
What's drive-through records? I don't know what that is.
Drive-through records would be more, it's not even like on the punk spectrum. It's like around the Warped Tour era of like the early 2000s. Like when Roadrunner was hanging out, all of those were really starting to become drive-through. Was all of that was just such a big, the kind of whiny voice, like emo-esque entrance.
Okay, yeah.
We were just entering the guy liner phase, but we had not left the, Blink 182 phase. So we were in this kind of like trying to mimic Blink 182 phase of life. And these guys were, trying to, I don't know, without sounding insulting, it was really kind of like relative to the time in terms of like emotionally connective to society at the time.
Yeah, okay. I get it.
So, girls loved it. That's just where it was. We were coming off the frosted tips of Justin Timberlake and jumping into the beds of the Blink 182 guys. So if you could somehow mash that together and somehow create your feelings, you are now a vulnerable person who is now very catchy. And it works out. So yeah, like kind of, I don't know. I think the punk version of it in my mind was when the Bouncing Souls came out with Wish Me Well.
Yeah, I didn't listen to any of that stuff.
So the Bouncing Souls.
I couldn't tell you.
It's just so sing-songy.
Yeah, I didn't listen to any of that stuff.
Like you could predict the next note, like do. The musicianship was.
I get it.
Yeah, it was just so karaoke night. You just know the lyrics as soon as you hear the first 4 measures of the song, kind of thing.
Got it.
Yeah. So, what made you guys come up with that name After School Special?
I have no idea. It was my friend Mike. My friend Mike picked it. That was so long ago. I don't know. It just sounded funny. You know what I mean?
It does actually kind of work though.
I mean, it didn't, but I guess.
Well, it does though. Like it's kind of, I don't know. I think it's kind of cheeky to the time. We're talking like mid 90s here, early 90s. Like
yeah, then again, I mean, it was like a first band. We didn't take too much stock in it.
And you've become so talented throughout the years. You were you started out at 6 years old. What was that?
That's debatable.
Oh, come on. I remember seeing you. Actually, I have a photo of you that I post every year on your birthday because it comes up in memories. I was actually,
What?
I took it in Boston when you were with Dead Cross.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, that picture. And it just comes up I'm like, oh, happy birthday. Everyone's like,
Yeah.
I know.
That was a fun show.
It was fun. Boston's nice. I like Boston for that.
Yeah. That was a great
But-
show.
I still have the photo pass, actually. I stuck it to a paper towel that night because it was a sticker. And I stuck it to a paper towel and I stuck it in my trinket chest. So I like keep all these. I'm weird. I keep trinkets. Wow, I kind of am like a serial killer.
No, you're not. You're fine. So what's okay, so after school special, then you want to know the next band after that? Is that
No, I already got that. I've got your list here. You had Festival of Dead Deer, which is what we call September to November in northern New York.
Oh yeah. Deer hunting season.
Yeah.
Rifle season.
It's that. And they also, because they're getting pushed around because of hunters, they run in the road. So like cars just. Yeah, my daughter was actually walking to the top of the hill the other day from my house, like walking. She's 15 and she's like, deer just came out of nowhere, booked it on the road, and it just got hit and it flew.
Yeah, it's fucking awful.
I'm like, was it okay? She's like, oh, it got up and left. And I'm like, well, what about the person in the car? He's like, well, he was saying some very colorful words, but he was fine. So they're actually all over here. They're overpopulating. But
Yeah.
Festival of the Dead Deer.
Mm-hmm.
See, I like that name better.
I do too.
I think that's like you're kind of getting into your groove.
Uh-huh.
Did you come up with that name or did you have a part in it? Did you do your vote system?
No, I came up with that name. That was just I think I was back in Michigan for a visit. And was it fall? Yeah, it was. I don't remember. It was, it was winter. It was during the holidays. And yeah, just driving around, just thought of that, because it was deer season. Deer season had just ended.
Very relatable. Painfully relatable.
I mean, you know how that is in those places. Like, it is a big deal.
It's huge. It's huge up here. Like right now, if you drive,
Okay.
yeah, it's just. I mean, I get it. I grew up in a hunting family. My grandparents are like, they're older. So they grew up on a different time and that's how they sustained themselves. But they were taught like responsible harvesting and all this other stuff. They don't trophy seek kind of thing. They, do it to survive. But it's been great because they've been able to like put it in their freezer and actually use it versus, someone just kind of lopping off his head and throwing it in a freezer and being like, cool.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah,
it's actually
venison's good. I like venison. I haven't had it in a while, but I like it. It's gamey.
Oh, it is not that bad. It is not gamey.
Well, like I said,
I'm cooked.
I haven't had it in a long time. I couldn't tell you. It's been a while.
So growing up with my grandparents, it was like a rite of passage when you turn 12 to take the hunter safety course.
Oh, sure.
And, very traditionalist type values in the family. So like we were taught field dressing and everything else. So maybe I'm terrifying. Maybe I'm not. Like if something gets hit and it's like freshly on the side of the road, there's nothing, and instead of letting it go to waste.
Yeah.
Like.
No, yeah. I agree. It's better to be
resourceful.
Uh-huh.
And not that I'm out like you'll catch me picking on the side of the street, like grabbing like random dead animals. But it's one of those things where it was always like this really random fact that they were like, okay, oh no, that deer just got hit. And I'm like, well, it's going to be bruised all to hell.
Yeah, it sucks, dude. Yeah, it's brutal.
But the worst part is like tourists. It's like when tourists just kind of, I don't know, you got to have compassion.
Yeah.
So that's, yeah, that name is really cool. So you just went out with Cunts on a little, was it a mini tour? What would you call that? Like a 1 weeker?
Yeah, it was just a week, a little over a week. Yeah.
Looked fun though.
It was great. It's a really fun group of guys to tour with.
Do you feel like you get to be like your most creative in that group of all the groups you've been in, or?
It's just different. They're all the relationships are different. You know what I mean? That's all a band is. It's just a relationship. And different chemistry with people. I have a lot of fun jamming with Kevin. We click really well. It's easy to write with him. And with Matt, and yeah, no, it's a fun band. We're writing all new shit right now.
So you guys kind of, yeah. I mean, I really feel like
A lot of work.
of all your projects, that's
Time.
and I know Retox is good, but I think I like Cunts the best.
Oh, really?
I know that's the unlikely response. Like, Retox is great.
No, I mean, they're completely different.
I know, but I know I'm going to catch some shit for that one. It's just different. It's like you said, it's just different. Like, I don't know. Maybe it's the sound. Maybe it's like you said, there's something about the connection.
It's like comparing apples and oranges, you know? So it's two completely different. The only thing the same is me in those, you know? Writing with different drummers, writing for a different vocalist, different guitar sounds. Yeah.
Guitar's your favorite right now.
I only have 2 electric guitars.
So what's your favorite? The house is on fire. You can only grab one.
Well, they're the same. They're both 70s SGs.
I have that here.
Yep.
Which one's the favorite? Like, you gotta have a groove on one of them. Like, the neck's gotta be better on one. Like, the back, like, smoothness of it.
Well, yeah, one of them is I've had a lot longer and sounds really good. The newer one I got because my other 70s one busted on the summer tour we were on. It was already a headstock repair. It was a headstock repair before I got it, and then I had it repaired, and then again it fucking busted. It came apart on tour. It was so hot and so humid that the glues just couldn't hold anymore.
Yeah.
And it was in Texas, and I loved that one though. That one sounded so fucking good. And so I replaced it with another 70s one, but this one, it doesn't sound the same. So I have one that's my real go-to. But when I get more money again, I'll get more. I just like that era. Most collectors do not like 70s Gibson saddle.
Why do you think that is?
It's because of who owned the company at the time. I think they call it the Nolan era. So it was a different company who had bought Gibson and manufactured them cheaper with less oversight. So the specs were all out of whack. The quality control wasn't the same. So collectors don't like them, but I love them. As long as it has a really skinny, thin neck, I love it.
Makes sense to me. I mean, I have little hands, so skinny thin nails are my thing, I guess. So I kind of know. But like when I get guitars, like taking, like sandpaper on the back of the necks. That is a common thing. It doesn't bother me, but I prefer to not do that.
To do what? To
like take sandpaper to the back of the neck.
I've never done that.
You'd be surprised how many people do. And I just kind of like, it's like nails on a chalkboard to me. Like just knowing that is done. Like if it naturally wears down, then it makes sense. But I also understand people doing it.
They just
So I can't bring myself to do it. I can't. I don't know why. I think I'm...
Yeah, I don't know. They just sand off the finish.
Well, in some... Depends on the sandpaper they use, depends on the person, depends on their playing. Are they looking for speed? Are they looking for traction? So yeah, some of them will take some of the finish down. Some will take all the finish down.
Got it.
I've seen,
I don't know.
Some will use a more coarse sandpaper to get just a different type of, it's like the palm texture they want on the back of the palms. I don't know, maybe it's a ASMR thing that I'm missing. Like they just like the way it feels,
What's
the
ASMR?
texture, like the like sounds or like the way things move. Like, you know, how people like the sounds of water or the trickling or the, you know, tapping of nails, like the way that the hand slides up and down the neck, the movement.
Okay.
You know, maybe it's something along those lines that creates that. I don't know. When you get in that groove, you know, like when you go up and down the neck, especially for a lot of people. And if you get sweaty palms easier, that's a big one too. If you get sweaty palms, a lot of people don't like the same texture as the other people.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I don't know. I've never sanded my neck. I just go.
In my opinion, that's good. I feel like it kind of like, I mean, think about it. You're kind of weathering away a bit of the neck. Is it not going to snap sooner now?
I don't know.
I feel like the finish is there also to protect it a bit from humidity and from moisture. And you've now
Probably, yeah.
a bit of that like finish and you're kind of just asking for trouble. But what do I know?
What do I know?
What do I know?
Keep listening for the next part of this episode. Visit www.whoischristineanyway.com for access to all the social media links and additional podcast episodes.